Good morning, it is 9:21. We appreciate you watching Minnesota Live. When people think of Minnesota, for many, the giant lumberjack, Paul Bunyan, and Babe the Blue Ox come to mind.
Yes.
But there's one author who examined the history behind real-life lumberjacks, and she found something unexpected.
Well, the lumberjacks, a lot of people remember them fondly. They were not beloved in their time. Author Willa Hammitt Brown is here to share what lumberjacks were really like. Willa, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
So you researched lumberjacks.
I did. I researched lumberjacks for a decade or more.
Why?
What a good question.
Yeah, I'm just curious.
I kind of stumbled upon the topic when I was actually an undergrad, and I was supposed to write a research essay. I had access to the best library in the English language at Oxford, and I didn't. And I came home to my grandparents' summer place up north, and I was like, well, I'll go to the Forest History Center.
Yeah.
And then I just became fascinated. And I wrote a master's on something else, and I was going to write a PhD on something else, but I couldn't drop it. And I just couldn't. It just stuck in my brain, and I became slowly obsessed, talked about it at parties all the time. And then my friends were like, why don't you just do this?
Write a book about it.
Yeah.
Just write a book about it. Just get this off your chest.
So where were you finding this information? Was it old newspaper clippings? Was it
man.
forestry logs?
Microfiche?
Yeah, it's a wild question because these guys were so poor. They don't make the historical record. People don't write about working men.
Right.
They kind of get lost. So I had to go everywhere, all over tiny archives, all over Wisconsin, Michigan, Minnesota. It was things like newspapers, but also folk songs, images, and then like memoirs that somebody's grandpa wrote, you know?
So what did you learn? Like what drew you to this? What was fascinating?
Well, so what fascinated me is I grew up knowing about Paul Bunyan. I had my picture taken in his hand when I was like 3 years old.
Is this you?
That is me. That's me as an adult in his
As an adult
hands.
there. Okay.
That's just a few years ago. So I was much smaller the first time. And I always thought of them as these nice, lovable guys that everybody adores. And when you think about Minnesotans, and we all celebrate them, and we have, Stillwater has festivals, and Grand Rapids has Tall Timber Days. And then I started learning that in their time, they were really hated. And I thought that was so interesting, that what we think of them now and what they thought of them then could be so different. And I really got interested in that gap between the two.
And you found that in a lot of instances, life in a lumber camp was even more rough and tumble than what people think of the Old West?
Oh yeah, there's been a study that the lumber towns in the upper Midwest were way more violent than the Old West cowboy towns. These guys would go out into the forests and work most of the winter, and then in the spring when they got paid, they'd come into town, and for the people who lived full-time in the town, it was like a horrible environmental thing. They'd talk about them as a flock of locusts, and one of the things I read was somebody saying the only thing to do is just lock your door and wait. And they would come and go to the taverns and things in town and go on these sprees, drinking, fighting, and they were not well liked. And part of it is also their life in the woods was so violent.
Great time to me.
I mean, it sounds like fun to me. A good brawl and then a few good drinks afterwards. Why not?
You definitely can see how people in the community would be like, "Holy cow!" Because the whole gang of them are coming in, and next thing you know, the grocery store's empty, and what the grocery store
what the grocery store would have been. And in fact, they were such trouble to a lot of these towns that many of these cities built districts basically for the lumberjacks to go to, and other itinerant workers, farmhands, any men who didn't have a home and didn't have a family, because they thought that'll keep them safe and that'll keep them good. So like in Duluth, there's an area called the Cribs. The Gateway in Minneapolis was built like this. And the idea was if they're all together, at least they won't bug the rest of us. Because they kind of thought of it like a disease, like a social disease, and that if these lumberjacks were out and around town and interacting with people, they'd poison the morals of the whole city.
Did you learn from any of your research, like how the lumberjacks felt about this? Did they care?
No. They didn't care. They really thought that some of the lumberjacks were just farmers who worked some winters in the woods.
Yeah.
But for the guys who did this year round and worked as farmers in the summer, and this was their life, they thought all of these middle class standards of behavior were nonsense. And they took real pride in being both able to be really violent and able to help a comrade. So the idea was that you might fight, but then you buy each other a drink afterwards, and you're able to take risks and be violent, and you're able to back up your fellow lumberjacks, and you aren't buying into these ideas that you should be saving up or finding a wife or settling down. You're really standing against those ideas.
So this is fascinating, but we're about out of time. So if somebody's watching and they want to come, you've got an event coming up here pretty soon.
I do. I'm going to be talking at the Sibley Historic Site just next month. It's $20 a person, or I think children are even free. I might have lied about that. Sorry, Sibley Historic Site. But I'll be talking there soon.
And tell us about the book. I'm curious the reception. For people that have read your book so far, what do they think about it? Are they like, oh man, this changes everything I thought about the lumberjack?
Yeah, I think so. People have really been, it's been going down well. I've been getting awesome reception. It was written by a historian, but it's definitely written, I'm the historian, but it was written to be read by the public. And I think people have found it really fun to see a different side of the state and think about why we remember things the way we remember them.
That is interesting.
This is great. Willa, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you so much for having me.
Are you working on anything else? Are you going to deep dive on like Lumberjanes? Or...
There is a Mormon pirate king who declared himself king of an island in Lake Michigan. So I'm thinking about writing about him.
You stop back when that's done.
Well,
sounds interesting.
Sign her up. All right, here again, details for that upcoming event if you would like to check it out. And we'll also put a link for you on minnesotalive.com if you'd like to find that book.